Okay, this one's about Halloween, isn't it? What is that? What is Halloween? What's that have to do with Yahusha? Or any of the celebrations that the Israelites performed for Yahuwah? Didn't he tell us to not learn the ways of the nations, the Goyim, and not to serve him in that way? I've got this placard that I put on my front porch every Halloween. No candy here. Have you not heard? Halloween is idolatry. It's based on necromancy. And there's a picture of Goliath getting ready to receive a big rock in his forehead. Here's the bottom of it. Yahusha's coming. And teaching our children to do these kinds of things, it's an abomination. To train a child up to do what pagans did, it's a feast of the dead. We're worshiping death. In fact, if you go talk to a person from Mexico, or a lot of Spanish people, they have a Day of the Dead. It's the same thing. It's Halloween. And they worship death. And they'll admit it. They have skulls up in their restaurants and complete bone people. And they really get interested in that kind of thing. But anyway, it's because they're Catholics. Well, Amish people are Catholics too. So are Mormons, because they recognize steeples and the crosses and the fake name. J-E-S-U-S isn't the name of the Mashiach. And it's a replacement. This is an imposter. And they meet on the first day of the week in the morning when the sun's rising, and they ring bells. They all have the same patterns. And that's because they follow Constantine. They're not following the scriptures as they're written. The doers of the word don't do those things. But that's why we have Halloween. We left our first love. The commandments, they should be on our hearts. And they should be as frontlets between our eyes. And we should speak of them when we rise up, and when we lie down, and when we go in and out, and when we sit in our home, and when we teach them to our children and our grandchildren. And we're to write them on our doorposts and on our gates. These are the truth. These are the words of truth. So what are we going to do about this Halloween thing? Let's just discuss some of the things that they do. First of all, Halloween is a word that actually means All Hallows Even, means All Saints Day, basically. But it's the evening before All Saints Day. It's the Feast of the Dead. And it's a Catholic custom. Everyone knows that the celebration of Halloween involves witches, warlocks, jack-o'-lanterns, and an odd little phrase, trick or treat. Well, every year the grocery stores and big box stores put out all of their regalia for merchandising, getting rich off of these abominations. And they sell these things in order to make a profit. Well, the spooky things that people do on Halloween are all over the map, and they're not. It's just wrong to be practicing these things and to teach our children to do this. I remember when I was a Catholic, and I was a little boy growing up in a Catholic home, and we would do all these festivals and pray to the dead. That's what they taught us to do, to pray to dead people. And we didn't think there was anything wrong with it. We thought that the dead people were in the room with us. And when I saw other people in other classrooms praying to the dead people, I thought, well, how could they be in both places at the same time? I thought there was something wrong. And I'd ask questions. And of course they'd shut me down and say, oh, well, you just have to have some kind of belief. And anyway, it was just, I was a child and I was being lied to. And I knew it. Anyway, I want to point out that this track that I'm quoting from just briefly is available at torazone.net, and you can get a free download of it. You can print it on one sheet of paper. You fold it in half and print it horizontally on both sides, and you got four pages, and it's just one sheet of paper. And you can read it, you can email it to people, you can wake some people up. Because how will they know unless someone is sent to them to wake them up? And they're going to say, oh, this is a secular thing. It's not anything that offends Yahuwah at all. It's just somebody just is having fun with this. Well, it's a violation of Deuteronomy 12. It's you're not supposed to do it. The Druids, who were sun worshippers of the north, that's what they were Norsemen, and they held a grim observance for their Lord of the Dead, Samhain, at the time of the year when the days grew short. The dark half of the year was marked by the arrival of the observance of Samhain. As the Norse, or Celtic Teutonic people, became Christianized, this observance was known as Samhain, was reinvented and disguised and camouflaged in new ideas. So they're basically just combining. It's what we call syncretism. And it's just very evil to do this to children. Witches have been around since Nimrod's wife confused her husband's rebellion against Yahuwah. Her name was Semiramis. She was a witch. To invoke powers from demons, cast spells or incantations to curse or foretell the future through familiar spirits is condemned by Yahuwah, and the penalty is death. We're condemning our children to death if we teach them these things and they never wake up. Exodus 22:18. Deuteronomy 18 verse 10 says, "Let no one be found among you who makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire, or one who practices divination, or a user of magic." Hello, Walt Disney. Or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or one who conjures spells, or a medium, or a spiritist, or one who calls up the dead. For whoever does these are an abomination to Yahuwah. And because of these abominations, Yahuwah, your Elohim, drives them out from before you. Unquote. That's Exodus 22:18. Anyway, there's a whole lot in this article. I've only brushed on a couple of things in the first 2 pages. And it's all printable on one piece of paper. Halloween is not secular. Governments and educators who normally shun anything religious in their school systems enthusiastically embrace the celebration of Halloween, declaring it to be a secular holiday. The customs stem from hidden or occult paganism, and even the word itself refers to a Catholic attempt to disguise the former idolatry, cloaking the observance in terminology that refers to one of their contrived holy days. Their holy days, not Yahuwah's. Anyway, the beast is truly hidden from people's eyes. But now let's see if there's anything in closing I can bring up here. Most of these practices came over to the U.S. with Irish Catholics fleeing the potato famine of the mid-19th century. The Puritans did not celebrate such things, and in fact were persecuted in the Old World for their shunning of such pagan customs. The Messiah of Yisrael, Yahusha of Nazareth, would not teach you to perform anything that was pagan in origin or redirected as a formerly pagan ritual to honor him. He doesn't want to hear about it. You've got to stop it. Stop celebrating death. Please. The reapers are coming. People are going to be so surprised when they see them. Thanks for watching this, and share the video, become a subscriber, and let's talk some sense into people so that they can stop this stuff. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.